Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and off-scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
What's going down, everybody? Welcome back to the greatest entertainment show podcast on the interwebs. I'm talking about Am I on the Air? You know what it is. I'm your host, Don Mega, and welcome once again to the show. It is season 11, episode 16. Tonight's show is titled Awakening, and tonight's the season finale. Yeah, baby, season finale. It's going to be our last show of 2015 as we wrap up this year and we say goodbye. We're broadcasting live from the Red Dragons Radio Studios here on December the 27th. Whew, crazy, man. I can't believe 2015 is all said and done. First and foremost, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. So, hope it was good for everybody. Mine started off a little rocky, and I was going to do a show a couple days ago, and unfortunately my Christmas Eve did not start off too hot, as we ended up having to put our family dog down, and she got really, really sick, and we had no choice but to put her to sleep, and it was very sad. We rescued her over 6 years ago from the Humane Society, and Jane dog, just the nicest, friendliest. I have a baby girl now, and she was always so good to the baby, no matter what the baby did to her. And it was just it was a really rough way to start the Christmas weekend, but we tried to make it through, and we had a good Christmas with the family, and I hope all of you had a really good weekend as well. Everybody's 3-day weekend, 4-day weekend, depending on where you work. But here we are. We're going to shake off the negative, and we're going to try to get through it. And as we move into 2016, man, hope it's going to be a great year for everybody. I hope by now you've checked out the latest Red Dragons Assemble episode. You've had plenty of time to do it. So if you haven't, once again, go to reddragonsradio.com and check out that link for Red Dragons Assemble, and listen to the other show that I do with my boys Geeky Pat and Peeps, where we break down all the real big entertainment headlines. Give you a little bit of heads up on a new project that I'm going to be involved in coming next year. For those of you that are fans of the TV show Banshee, I maybe jumping the gun talking about this, but something new that we're looking at doing, an undisclosed, I'm not going to give away his name yet, but somebody new that's coming across to the Red Dragons Radio family, another fellow podcaster, reached out to me and said he was looking to do something for Banshee, and since I'm a big fan of it, and he listens to Am I on the Air, I thought we might be a good team. And so what we're pretty much deciding to do is when season 4 starts, which will be the final farewell season of Banshee, we're going to do kind of a weekly after show for Banshee. We'll talk about each week's episode, what we liked, what we didn't like, predictions for the following episodes. And as we say goodbye to the Banshee team, I was definitely honored to be asked to be a part of this. Banshee is my favorite show on television right now. You've heard me talk about it on this show before. If you haven't seen Banshee, you need to get on it. It's on Cinemax. There's been 3 seasons so far as we head into the 4th. So, looking forward to doing that show. We're going to start doing some previous season wrap-ups as we get ready for the season 4 debut in April. So in January, we'll do an episode talking all about season 1. February, we'll be talking about season 2. March, we'll talk about season 3. And then, of course, in April, we'll kick off the weekly after show. So we're still working on the name of the show and kind of all the details, but it will be available on Red Dragons Radio, I promise you. And we'll take it from there. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a heads up on something new and fresh coming out here pretty soon. Alrighty, and let's get it. Tonight we're going to be reviewing 2 movies. Going to be, of course, talking about Star Wars The Force Awakens and Daddy's Home. So those are the 2 big movies we're going to be discussing on tonight's show. I really, really wanted to do a show last weekend to talk about Star Wars, because of course that was opening weekend for Star Wars The Force Awakens. We didn't get to talk about it. It's just been so damn busy, especially in the month of December. There's just been no time for anything, and I do apologize for that. But here we are tonight, and let me holla at you guys. So we assembled the team, myself, Geeky Pat, Peeps, and a couple other buddies. Thanks God to Geeky Pat, who jumped in line for us and got us a spot. Let's see, 3.5 hours before the show started. We had tickets opening night on December the 18th for the IMAX 3D version of Star Wars The Force Awakens. So Geeky Pat got in line, him and his wife got us a spot, and I met up with him after, and then everybody else kind of showed up, and there was 6 of us in total, and we got great seats, so it was worth the spot that Pat got for us. And amazing crowd. We saw it with an amazing crowd that really just cheered for all the right moments, and oohed and awed, and that's what I love about seeing with a great crowd on opening night. It felt so nostalgic, and it was so cool just from the second the Lucasfilm logo hits the screen, and then you see the a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and you're just like, oh my god, and then the classic ding, just so cool. The scroll was perfect. Let you know right off the bat, boom, Luke Skywalker's missing. We need to find him. Let's go. And the story just goes from there. This is spoiler free, so don't worry. I don't want to stress anybody out since I'm talking Star Wars, because I know everybody's very, very scared about spoilers. By now, I would assume most of you saw it, especially based on the box office numbers. I think everybody pretty much in the world has seen this movie by now. But I'm still going to be spoiler free here. I do want to give you a heads up that we are planning to do a spoiler heavy review with the Red Dragons Assemble team, and we're going to bring on Friggins. So myself, Geeky Pat, Peeps, Friggins, the 4 of us are going to get together hopefully sometime this week, upcoming week. So I might get one more bonus episode in before 2016 hits, and we'll do an Am I Still on the Air Star Wars The Force Awakens spoiler review. So scheduling's just been a little bit tricky lately with everybody's schedule, but we're going to try to work it out and get that spoiler review up for you, because of course we got a lot of stuff to talk about in great detail, speculation, prediction stuff, so, but this is spoiler free, and basically all I gotta say about it is this movie was fantastic. So fantastic. I have seen it twice now. Saw it that opening night in IMAX 3D, and I actually went again yesterday and saw it again just in regular 2D, and I loved it just as much the second time. It was so cool to see the original characters. I loved all the new characters that they brought in. I mean, Finn, Poe Dameron, Rey, BB-8. I mean, everybody knew that they brought in was awesome. Kylo Ren, I thought, was a great bad guy to have. I didn't know how I'd feel about him going into it, but I loved it. It was just so solid, man, all the way around. It was very nostalgic. It brought back that Star Wars feeling. It felt like it was a part of the original trilogy, like a definite continuation of that. And I loved it, man. And I know everybody else is loving it too. I mean, that's why the box office is going ballistic right now. I wouldn't be shocked if I even go see it a third time. I think Geeky Pat has actually seen it 3 times already. I know Peeps has seen it a couple times. I know Friggin's seen it a couple times. I've seen it a couple times now. So that just goes to show you that JJ did an excellent job on it. And it left me very much wanting to see episode 8 immediately by the end of this film. So it definitely kind of almost has a cliffhanger type ending to where you're like, oh my god, I need to see this next film. Lots of cool stuff. And just props to Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey. She was just phenomenal in it. John Boyega, who plays Finn, excellent. Of course, Oscar Isaac, who we're going to see as Apocalypse in next year's X-Men movie, but he played Poe Dameron, which was just a great character as well. And like I said, man, I just love this film. Of course, it gets a 5 out of 5 stars. There was no shocker here. It was everything I wanted and more. Great action, great sci-fi. It had a lot of humor to it. I mean, it was just everything I really, really wanted. So go out, support it. The movie is killing it right now. Since we didn't get to do a show last week, let's touch upon how phenomenal this movie's doing at the box office. Opening weekend, well, let's even go back even further, like to just, the movie started doing the preview showtimes on Thursday, December 17th, and just on the Thursday previews, it did like $49 million, which is just insane. To give you an idea, typical big blockbusters on those Thursday night things like Avengers and stuff like that do like 17 to 20 million. This did 49. All right. Then it went on to be the biggest Friday of all time, then the biggest Saturday, and then the biggest weekend. That opening weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, first was reported to make domestically $238 million, which 238, of course, was easily the record for the biggest opening weekend ever. Previous record was Jurassic World from this past summer. Jurassic World had $208 million. Avengers, the first Avengers film, was the number one record holder at 207. Then Jurassic World came out and did 208. And then Star Wars Force Awakens came out and did 238. Then it opened up internationally, but they said it fell a little bit short of what Jurassic World did worldwide, so it did not become the worldwide box office holder. I think they said it made $518 million worldwide, where the record was like $524. Well, on Monday, when the final numbers came in and everything was said and done, Star Wars worldwide had actually made $529 million. So it did break the Jurassic World record, and that's not even counting China. Jurassic World had opened up in China, which is the biggest international market. Star Wars doesn't open in China until January. So even without the help of China, it becomes the biggest worldwide record holder ever. And that 238 million that it made in the U.S. actually jumped to 245 million in the final numbers. So that is just beyond insane. So, and then it continued. I mean, Monday, it broke the Monday record. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Actually, Wednesday, I think, is the only day it didn't break a record. And then Thursday was back. Friday on Christmas, it was the biggest Christmas Eve box office. It was the biggest Christmas box office. It was the fastest movie to 100 million, fastest movie to 200 million, 300 million, 400 million. The film literally in 10 days has already grossed over $500 million just in the U.S. and over $1 billion already worldwide in 10 days. It's already the 15th biggest movie of all time at the box office in 10 days, over $1 billion. Once the movie hits 700 and something million here in the US. It'll surpass Avatar to become the biggest movie ever in the box office domestically. It's still got a ways to go worldwide to become the biggest movie of all time, but if it keeps up this pace, it could definitely do it. So Star Wars is breaking all kinds of records, and we've got links and articles up to all of this stuff on our Twitter and our Facebook page if you really want to break down the numbers, so check it out. Alright, my next review is the big new release of this weekend. I mean, there was a couple that came out on Christmas Day, but this is the big one that I've been waiting for, and that's Daddy's Home, the new comedy starring Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, where, you know, Will Ferrell's married and he's got 2 stepkids, and he's trying so hard to be their, you know, to be a good stepdad to them. And then Mark Wahlberg, who's their biological dad, comes into town for a week to see his kids, and basically becomes this whole fight to see who can make the kids happier, to see who they really want, who's their real dad when it comes down to it. And it just becomes this battle between Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. And I loved this movie. I was interested from the very first trailer that I saw. I think these two have great chemistry together. I love The Other Guys. That's one of my favorite comedies, and they were so good together in that. And they brought that same kind of chemistry to this one. Just, you know, how perfect they make out Mark Wahlberg to be, and how Will Ferrell's just trying so hard to impress everybody. I mean, there's some really, really good laughs. And there is a great cameo at the end of this movie. I won't spoil it for you, but it made me laugh my ass off. I had a great time with it. I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would based off the previews. Even though I love both these guys, I wasn't like overly thrilled with the trailer, so I didn't know what to expect. But man, they nailed it. It was really, really good. And, you know, I got to go see it earlier today. Took my wife, and she loved it as well. And based on the audience reaction, the whole audience really enjoyed it as well. So I think you should definitely check out Daddy's Home. Another real big win. Came out number 2 at the box office this weekend, making almost $40 million, which is excellent for a comedy like this. So congratulations to them for really pulling out a great debut at the box office, and for giving us a really funny movie at Christmas time. Definitely needed the laughs this weekend. For Daddy's Home, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So there you go. There's the 2 movie reviews. Star Wars The Force Awakens, 5 out of 5. And Daddy's Home, 4 out of 5. And remember, you can always go to AmIOnTheAir.com, click on the movie reviews tab, and you can see all the star ratings for every movie that we talk about here on this show. If you're ever interested and you're kind of curious, or you don't remember what I gave it and you're like, what did he give that movie? Should I go see it? Go to the webpage and check out the movie reviews tab, and you'll be able to see what's what. Alrighty, guys. Now let's get into our news of the past couple weeks. So you ready? Let's do it. One of the brand new trailers that came out in the last couple weeks is the new Star Trek trailer. We got the first official trailer for Star Trek Beyond. I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I wasn't too thrilled with the music choice of it. They played Beastie Boys Sabotage in this, and I didn't think that went very well for a Star Trek movie. But nonetheless, it was still a fun trailer. So check it out. And of course, once again, AmIOnTheAir.com. Click on the trailers tab, and you can see this trailer and everything else. All the hottest trailers are right there in one place for you. I take the time to put them up for you, so you don't have to go searching around. AmIOnTheAir.com. Click on trailers. You're good to go. All right. Mystery Science Theater 3000 has reached its funding for their Kickstarter goal, and they are going to be putting out 14 brand new episodes of content. And they actually beat the Veronica Mars crowdfunding campaign, which is pretty cool there. EA and DICE have confirmed that they're working on the next Battlefield game. It is in development, so that will be coming here soon. Mike and Molly has been canceled. This is very shocking to me because the show does very well in the numbers, and they have, you know, a big star like Melissa McCarthy, and she actually said she would continue doing the show, and this was not her call. Like, when I first heard it was getting canceled, I thought it was her decision. I thought she went to them and said, my movie schedule's too much or whatever, and they kind of knocked it out. But she said that she would love to continue to do it, and that it wasn't her call, and it was just the channel saying, I think we've hit our moment and we're going to end it. So there is a new season starting in a couple weeks, but that will be the final season. So I like Mike and Molly. It's always been a cute little funny show. So we're definitely bidding it adieu over there on CBS. You export your Rock Band 3 tracks to your Rock Band 4 if you have the game, and I do, and I did it, and I loved it. So it was very cool to be able to get all my Rock Band 3 songs over to my Rock Band 4 on my PS4. So very, very cool. We have the first full official trailer for the Independence Day sequel, Independence Day Resurgence. You can check that out, and of course it is on the webpage. Ridley Scott promises eggs, face huggers, chest busters, and the big boy in Alien Covenant, so all your classic creatures are coming. The official fate of Will Smith's character in Independence Day has been revealed, and of course, yes, they killed him off. Will Smith didn't want to come back from the movie, so they killed off his character. There's a new viral video going around where basically, he's a pilot, and he ends up crashing during some kind of military exercise. So, yeah, I guess we won't be seeing Big Willie Style coming back in any of the future movies there. First trailer for Tom Hiddleston's new thriller called High Rise. We're talking, I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before, but we're talking about how Lionsgate is thinking about doing prequels for the Hunger Games movies. Jennifer Lawrence was interviewed, and they asked her about it, and she said, I think it's too soon to be doing anything like that. So I agree with her. Good job, J-Law, for sticking to your guns on that. And we'll see if Lionsgate listens, though, because all they care about is that dump truck full of money backing up to their house. Have all the nominations and nominees for the 21st Annual Critics' Choice Awards. So you can look for that article and check on that if you were interested to see who all's announced. Although Mad Max Fury Road and Fargo lead the nominations in both movie and television over there. Mark Wahlberg has confirmed that he will be returning for Transformers 5. So no shocker here. I mean, Mark has already said before in past interviews that he'd be returning, but he just recently confirmed it while doing press for Daddy's Home. So that is... Margaret Cho is returning to TV, and she's developing a new Amazon television series that'll be coming out. The Xena reboot is getting closer and closer to development, as they've just hired one of the Lost writers to pen the script for that. We have the first official trailer for Sherlock, The Abominable Bride, for the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock show, so you can check that out. We have the trailer for Season 2 of Lip Sync Battle, which looks really interesting, so they're definitely upping the stakes on that, coming out here soon. Eastwood, his new movie is called Diablo, and we have the first trailer for that you can check out. Kiefer Sutherland is going to be playing the president in a new ABC drama called Designated Survivor. Rooms says that Rian Johnson's script for episode 8 is amazing. A lot of articles saying that JJ is so impressed with Rian Johnson's script that he's saying, damn, I wish I would have opted to direct direct episode 8, because he loves the script so much. So it gets me excited, man. I love it. So I'm glad that they're collaborating, because that was one of my biggest concerns, was that since there's a different director doing each movie, I wanted to feel connected, and I was afraid of each director kind of coming in and just saying, screw that, I'm going to do whatever I want. So I'm glad to see that JJ and Rian Johnson are collaborating on the episode 8 script, and that JJ is very impressed with it so far. Let's see here. We have the first official announcement trailer for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Nothing real fancy here, but for those of you that like it, check that out. We have the Ice Age Collision Course first trailer for that sequel that nobody asked for. We have a lot of everything wrong with. We have Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, has come out in the last couple of weeks, and they're all two-parters, so definitely check those out. We have the first official trailer for Eddie the Eagle, which stars Hugh Jackman and the Taron Egerton, the kid from Kingsman Secret Service. So, like an interesting little movie there. Here, Howard Stern's radio show is going to continue on Sirius XM for 5 more years, so that's a cool extension there. Season 3 of Fargo will not debut on FX until 2017. So if you're a fan of that show, get ready to know that you're not getting anything in 2016 for Fargo, that they're going to take a little bit of a break and come back after. Andreas Muschietti is going to direct Houdini story, The Witch of Lime Street. So, interesting there. Kurt Russell is in negotiations to join Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and that he may be playing Chris Pratt, aka Star-Lord's Peter Quill's dad, in the sequel. I saw another interview with Kurt Russell where he says he has been in talks. He says he has not seen the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and he wants to see the movie first and read the script, and then he'll decide if he wants to join the film or not. So, makes sense. You don't want to just join whatever. So, I'd be curious to see. I think Kurt Russell would be an excellent choice to play the character that'll be Chris Pratt's dad. So, very, very cool there. NBC has canceled Best Time Ever with Neil Patrick Harris. I don't know. I can't say I'm really shocked. It was a unique show. It was a very odd show. We watched the whole first season, and I didn't mind it, but at the same time, I was kind of like, what's the point of this show? And I think a lot of other people felt that way too, so NBC has decided to cancel it. Speaking of cancellations, TNT has also canceled Legends, Public Morals, and Agent X. TNT has renewed Major Crimes, The Librarians, and Murder in the First. So there you go. Vin Diesel says that the next Riddick movie is going to be an origin story called Furia, whatever. But it's going to be an origin story, and that they'll be shooting that sometime in 2017. So that's cool there. Scarlett Johansson has signed on for a new movie over at Sony called Move That Body, which is supposed to be a comedy, so that'd be interesting. We talked about this last time, but I want to reiterate because I think it's pretty cool that the Hasbro universe is doing that new shared universe. They got a writer's room together, and they're going to do a shared universe including G.I. Joe, the Micronauts, Visionaries, Mask, and ROM. I so love this idea because I'm a big fan of Mask. I was a big fan of Visionaries too, and to see that tied in with the G.I. Joe universe is really, really cool. So I can't wait to see something of Mask on the big screen. So I think it's going to be awesome. And if you weren't a kid of the 80s, you probably have no clue what I'm talking about, but believe me, it was awesome. I was very excited about this. We know they're supposed to start shooting XXX2, or XXX3, I should say, here very soon with Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel announced that Samuel L. Jackson is going to be returning. So I love that idea. Those of you that don't remember, Samuel L. Jackson was kind of like, I don't know, the Nick Fury of the XXX series. So that'll be cool to see him return to that role. Yeah, it was a good casting announcement there. House of Cards Season 4 is going to be hitting Netflix on March 4th, so that is cool there. Hulu has renewed East Lost High for a 4th season. Let's see here. New, shorter, but technically new trailer for Gods of Egypt that you can check out on our Twitter and our Facebook page. It's a lot of the same footage from the first trailer, couple little quick extra things, but this trailer is only like a minute and a half compared to the first trailer being almost 3 minutes long. So we also have the first trailer for The Choice, starring Benjamin Walker. It's a new romantic drama. I believe it's based on the Nicholas Sparks book, of course. We have the Honest trailer for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. We have the first official Ghostbusters photo released of the new all-female team ready to go for the upcoming Ghostbusters reboot coming out next summer. Michael Jackson's Thriller becomes the first album certified 30 times platinum. Man, congratulations to Michael. That is pretty damn awesome. The Charlie's Angels reboot has landed a Beauty and the Beast writer to do the script up for that. Excuse me, my voice is starting to give out on me now. We have the brand new full trailer for Kung Fu Panda 3 that you can check out. Kung Fu Panda 3. We have the Batman v Superman character posters, which are pretty cool. They got one for Superman, one for Batman, and one for Wonder Woman. I actually love the Wonder Woman one. I think it looks awesome. The Batman one's okay, but he's in the big mech armor suit. And the Superman one's a little odd because it almost doesn't even look like Henry Cavill. I don't know what they're doing with him and his hair and all that stuff in that poster, but they're still pretty cool posters overall. LL Cool J is going to be hosting the Grammys again for a 5th time. Regina Hall has joined the cast of Grandfathered, which is pretty cool there. I love that show, so that's a cool addition. Chadwick Boseman is going to be playing attorney Thurgood Marshall in a new biopic film. Of course he will, because he loves playing real people in biopic films. Tom Hardy did an interview talking about The Revenant, and he said on there that he was really, really bummed having to walk away from the Suicide Squad. He said he was looking so forward to doing that movie, but because of The Revenant running over its shooting schedule and taking longer than expected, there was just no way that he could shoot both of them at the same time. So he had to drop out, but he says he regrets it all the time because he just knows it's going to be such a good movie. So that was really good to hear. So I'm glad that he's, sad about that. Michael B. Jordan is co-writing a new action spy movie called North. So we'll see how that pans out. Steven Spielberg's film company DreamWorks has signed a new multi-year partnership with Universal Pictures, so that's pretty cool. There is a big rumor going around Hollywood right now that Spider-Man may actually have a cameo in Doctor Strange. Yes, as odd as it may seem, they are filming Doctor Strange right now, and Tom Holland, aka the new Spider-Man, popped up on set for a couple days, and people were like, what's he doing here? So you never know. It is a little funky that he's up on that set. So we'll see if Spider-Man pops up in Doctor Strange. Khloe Kardashian has landed a new reality series called Revenge Body. I don't know much else about it other than that. We have the brand new trailer for Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, which is a new comedy starring Tina Fey and Margot Robbie. So you can check that out. We have this trailer for WB's new animated comedy called Storks, with voices like Andy Samberg on that one. Let's see here. I'm just going over some of this bull. Vikings Season 4. I'm actually pretty impressed with how many people actually really like this show. But Vikings Season 4 is set to premiere on February 18th over on the History Channel. So coming very, very soon is Vikings Season 4. The Spider-Man, one of the Spider-Man writers is going to pen the Bride of Frankenstein reboot. We have the new teaser trailer for 11/22/63, a new Hulu series with James Franco coming out here soon. Margaret Cho has joined Fashion Police over on the E! Channel. Lionsgate has shifted release dates for the Divergent series Ascendant and the Power Rangers movie. So let's break down what is different here. So, first of all, the Divergent series Ascendant, which will be the 4th movie in the franchise, has shifted from its original release of March 24th, 2017, to now being a summer film and coming out on June 9th, 2017, which is kind of stupid because now it has to go up against World War Z 2. In addition, the Power Rangers reboot has moved from its January 13th, 2017 date to the just vacated March 24th slot that Divergent was holding on to. And now it will go head-to-head with Universal's Mummy reboot starring Tom Cruise, which makes that a really dumb move on the part of Power Rangers. So, couple shifts there, and I don't really understand why. Divergent usually does pretty good in that March area. I don't know why they would try to make it a summer movie, but it is what it is, right? Catherine Watterson is set to star in Ridley Scott's Alien Covenant. Jeremy Renner is attached to star in a Rocky Marciano biopic film. Pictures has set The Snowman, starring Michael Fassbender, for a release in 2017. That's going to be a true story there. Sounds like an interesting movie. Dylan O'Brien is set to star in a new dark comedy called Little White Corvette. Fishburne has joined the cast of John Wick 2, so we have a little Matrix reunion going on while they film John Wick 2, which is pretty cool. We have the trailer for the new Beowulf television series that's coming here soon. Man in the High Castle over on Hulu has been renewed for a season 2. Oh wait, that's not Hulu, that's Amazon Prime, sorry. But that's been doing really, really well, and that's been renewed for a season 2. Lynn Ichonowaki will appear as Vixen on Arrow in its second half of the season. The Force Awakens has become the 11th Best Picture nominee at the Critics' Choice Awards. The Critics' Choice Awards were already announced, and after The Force Awakens came out, they added this in as the 11th picture to be nominated. So, once again, just shows you how good this damn movie is that they're willing to change up rules like that. I'm a little sad about this. I'm a big fan of MasterChef and MasterChef Junior, and one of the judges on there, Graham Elliott, is leaving the show. So this will be his last season. They're currently doing MasterChef Junior right now, and this will be the last season for Graham Elliott on the show as he departs. So that sucks. Oh, sad about that. Amazon has also renewed Hand of God and Red Oaks. I've heard a lot of good things about Red Oaks, I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. First official Red Band trailer for Tooken, which is a parody film, of course, on the Taken series, so it's pretty awesome. Hanks, starring in the Sully biopic film, gets a September 2016 release date, so that is cool. Adam Driver, Mr. Kylo Ren himself from Star Wars, is going to host Saturday Night Live in January. So he's going to be one of the first hosts of the new year. Let's see. A lot of Star Wars news I'm just kind of hitting. And I've already talked about all that, so I do repeat it. J.J. Abrams has revealed that Obi-Wan and Yoda are in Star Wars The Force Awakens, and I was reading a little bit of detail on this, and oh man, I don't know if some of you would consider this spoilers. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this too much in detail, because I won't tell you how or why, but it's not the kind of cameo you're thinking of. You might have just heard a voice here or there. But if you're interested and you've seen the movie, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, so go search this article on our Twitter and our Facebook page, and you can see what I'm talking about. There's also another cameo of somebody playing a stormtrooper, so check that out. The Awesomes, which is a show over on Hulu, has been canceled after 3 seasons, but it is being shopped around to other outlets to see if anybody wants to hold on to that. Congratulations to The Rock, who just had a new baby girl last week, and we tweeted a picture of him and his new baby, and just very, very cute. Nothing like being a father and having your baby girl. I know all about it. Let's see here. We have another new promo video of American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. Dogs, Bone Tomahawk, Black Mass, and more are coming to Amazon Prime in January, so that sounds good. Looks like they're finally stepping their game up a little bit. I've been pretty disappointed with Amazon Prime's video category since I got Prime. There hasn't been very many movies on there that I feel like I would need Prime to watch, because they're either on Netflix or they're on Hulu, so They really need to step their game up. We have a new trailer for the final season of Banshee. And speaking of Banshee, I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the show, but there's been some bad news, and you kind of actually heard my bad news because when I already told you what our plan is for the new show. Banshee season 4 was supposed to begin next month, January 29th, if I believe correctly. Cinemax has pushed it back to April, so I believe April 1st will be the season premiere. So I'm really bummed about that because I was looking very forward to watching Banshee next month, and now I have to wait 4 months to see it. So not too thrilled about it, but what can I do, right? I guess they just want to build our anticipation for the final season just a bit more. So Cinemax has delayed the final season of Banshee till April 1st. Santa 2 has been given a November 2016 release date. We have a preview video where you can check out all the new maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 in their new DLC pack called Awakening. We, of course, have our typical article up talking about all the movies and TV shows coming to Netflix in January 2016. We have an article up of Matt Damon where he's teasing the plot details for the upcoming 5th Bourne movie. So if you're interested in that, I don't want to spoil anything once again for anybody, so you can read the article if you're interested. Warner Brothers has delayed Guy Ritchie's new King Arthur movie. So that was supposed to come out, I believe it's been pushed back a year. Let me see. Yeah, it was originally supposed to come out on July 22nd, 2016, and has now been pushed back to February 17th, 2017. So, ouch. It will now go head-to-head with Maze Runner: The Death Cure and Sony's Bad Boys 3. So it's got some heavy competition there coming up. Mitch Pileggi is returning as Walter Skinner in the upcoming X-Files revival. Captain America will be celebrating 75 years with a new ABC special in January. I think that'll be pretty cool. Looking forward to that. Final numbers, I was actually a little bit off. But going back to The Force Awakens, like I told you, when the original opening weekend hit, it was $238 million. Then on Monday morning, they started talking about how it made about $245 when the final numbers came out. The final numbers for that opening weekend, when everything was said and done and tabulated for the Star Wars The Force Awakens, post an all-time industry high of $247 million. 247,966,675. So almost $248 million just in its opening weekend of 3 days. That is insane. So even higher than what we expected. Michelle Yeoh has joined season 2 of Netflix's Marco Polo. We have an article up with the Russel brothers talking about the stakes of Captain America Civil War and the upcoming Avengers Infinity War. We have the brand new trailer for Sacha Baron Cohen's new comedy called Grimsby. The new trailer for Richard Linklater's spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, his new movie Everybody Wants Some, which takes place in the 80s. James Cameron says that the Avatar sequels are standalone movies that will each tell their own story, but at the same time will fit into a bigger picture overall. So he wanted to make sure that they all stood on their own, though, in case you hadn't seen the other films. Could you go in and actually watch it and be okay? And you can be. So, let's see. We have the brand new Deadpool IMAX poster, which is really cool. Deadpool getting a piggyback ride in Colossus. Big Bang Theory may possibly be ending after season 10. A lot of rumor going around right now that season 10 will be the show's last. So I think we're on season 8 right now, so they already have a couple more guaranteed, but they might be wrapping up on season 10. Sony has dated the Emoji Movie, the animated Spider-Man film, and Peter Rabbit. Now, the animated Spider-Man film has actually been pushed back, But first of all, the Emoji Movie is now set to be released on August 11th, 2017. Peter Rabbit will be released on my birthday, March 23rd, 2018. And the Spider-Man animated movie, which I still don't understand why they're even doing one, but that was originally supposed to come out on July 20th of 2018. It's been pushed back and will now come out before Christmas. It'll come out on December 21st, 2018. So, yeah, Sony doing a little shuffling. Bradley Cooper will be returning to Limitless on its mid-season premiere. So I love that because I love Limitless. Awesome new show. You got to check it out if you haven't seen it yet. David Fincher is working with Charlize Theron on a new serial killer drama for Netflix. Nothing wrong with the original Point Break in 15 minutes or less as we prepare for the reboot. Let's see here. Fox is giving an early look at a couple of their brand new TV shows. Cooper Barrett, and I think the full name is like Cooper Barrett and his Guide to Surviving or something. And Second Chance, which Second Chance was originally called The Frankenstein Code, and then it was called Looking Glass, and then now it's called Second Chance. I think both of these shows are pretty cool, actually. But Fox is allowing you to stream the pilot for both of these through their Fox website on demand, and they are on Hulu right now as well. So I'm going to be checking those out on Hulu and seeing how they are. But I'm excited to get an early look at those. And speaking of a show, I've been wanting to bring this up, and I almost forgot. But speaking of a show that you can actually binge watch right now that I highly recommend is the new Aziz Ansari show over on Netflix. It's called Master of None. It's only 10 episodes long, and the episodes are only a half hour each. I loved it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Aziz anyway, but I really liked this show. It was a comedy, but it was a more straight-laced comedy instead of just the typical, like, ha-ha-ha, laugh track kind of comedy. But he told a lot of good stories where he almost was playing himself, and I just loved it, man. We pretty much just binge watched the whole season over the past couple days, and I really, really just wanted to recommend it to you all out there. I love finding a show and getting to pitch it to you all to have something new to check out. So you can watch it really quick, and I think it's worth your time. So check out Aziz Ansari's show, Master of None, now streaming all episodes over on Netflix. Let's see what we got here. We got the new Red Band trailer for 50 Shades of Black, starring Marlon Wayans. This movie's going to be insane. We have the first official trailer for A Perfect Day, starring Benicio del Toro and Tim Robbins. We have love with J.J. Abrams explaining some missing scenes that you might have seen in the Star Wars trailer, but did not see in the actual movie. So he kind of breaks down where those scenes went. So you can check that out if you're interested. We have some first official photos from Kindergarten Cop 2, starring Dolph Lundgren. You can check that out if you're interested. According to Forbes' annual ranking magazine, Johnny Depp is the most overpaid actor in Hollywood. Ooh. That's crazy, man. Obviously, they take those figures by looking at box office and how much you're paid. And, yeah, he hasn't been doing too hot lately, so it proves that he is the highest paid, overpaid actor in Hollywood. Mark Ruffalo was asked again about a solo Hulk film, and he said it doesn't look particularly promising. He says that there's still just a lot of rights issues with Universal Pictures and Marvel, and he just says, yeah, don't expect it anytime soon, which sucks. Peter Capaldi, who's the current Doctor Who, says that season 10 may be his final year. So he might be leaving. He might be looking for a new doctor here real soon. Uncharted 4 has been delayed to April. Is this game ever going to come out? I mean, every time you get close, they delay it again. Sucks. But yeah, I mean, I guess they really want to make sure they have a cool game when it's ready, but it's taking a long ass time. So Uncharted 4 delayed until April. Let's see here. Matt Letcher is returning as the Reverse Flash on the Flash later this season. He's the guy who, not Wells, but he was the guy that Wells took over his body, or this guy took over Wells' body to be the Reverse Flash. So he's coming back. We have an article up talking about Stefan Kapicnik, or Pikic. Stefan Pikic, who's a Serbian actor who plays Colossus in Deadpool. And we have an article up talking about him. He wasn't the original guy that played Colossus in this movie. That guy dropped out. This dude came in, did some new mocap, did the voice, and so they're focusing a lot on Colossus lately. And you get to check out what this dude's all about. And he also favorited our tweet when we sent it out, so that makes me like him even more. He is offering NFL players free admission to go see Concussion, the new Will Smith movie. I want to see some pretty funny tweets. If you're on Twitter, you could follow a emo Kylo Ren on Twitter right now. It's obviously a fan run page, but it's pretty damn funny. I'm following it, and I think it's hilarious. You could follow him at Kylo, Kylo, R3N. Kylo R3N is his name. He's on Twitter. He basically tweets from an emo Kylo Ren kind of perspective, and it's pretty damn funny if you like parody kind of Twitter accounts. We have a new promo for Flash Season 2 when it comes back after its mid-season break, and you can see Killer Frost, Earth 2 Barry, and a whole bunch more, so check that out. Let's see here. Sampson is going to sing the new Fuller House theme song over on Netflix, which I just think is hilarious. We got the new Deadpool trailer. I was super excited about this. They were promising a new trailer would drop on Christmas, and it did. Sure enough, I woke up Christmas morning and there was already a new green band and red band trailer up on the page. And of course, we tweeted it, Facebooked it, and of course, yes it is, amiontheair.com. Click on the trailers tab, and you'll see the new trailers for Deadpool, both the green band and the red band. Red band's hilarious. This was another great trailer. Gets me super excited for this movie. Oh, I can't wait for February, man. We're getting very, very close to our first big rated R comic book hero, and it's gonna be so good. We got everything wrong with Toy Story 2 in 14 minutes or less. We have the new Season 4 mid-season trailer for Arrow that you can check out. We have a pretty cool article up with 10 scrapped ideas from Star Wars The Force Awakens. 10 ideas that were there and then end up getting scrapped from the movie. There's a really cool new book out, too, called The Art of Star Wars The Force Awakens, and that's a big thing people are collecting right now. And in the book is where a lot of these scrapped ideas come, where they talk about things that we're going to do, planets, ships, all kinds of things that we're going to do that ended up getting scrapped in the final version. We have the new trailer for Sesame Street's 46th season, and all kinds of celebrity guests coming for it. Let's see here. Stars, like I said, broke the Christmas Day record and pulled in $49 million on Christmas Day. Ooh, so good. Which I saw it on Christmas Day. It was awesome. So we had a great time with that. Like I said, passed 1 billion globally in record time. No movie has ever done it. It passed in 8 days. This movie has hit $1 billion, which is just so damn insane. We got an article up with Michael Fassbender talking about playing Assassin's Creed. I know a lot of people are super stoked about this, so that's pretty cool. If you're a collector, we got a cool article up talking about 2015's coolest Blu-ray and DVD box sets, and I got a couple of them. They show the Die Hard box set that has that's inside the now I'm spacing the name of it, the Yamaguchi building or whatever, the hotel from Die Hard 1. It's a big replica of the hotel, and all the movies, all 5 movies are inside of it. And it's a great box set. My brother-in-law got it for me for Christmas. And, of course, the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 2, which comes inside the orb with the purple gem, Infinity Gem from Guardians of the Galaxy. That was, I got that for Christmas for my lovely wife, because somebody loves me very much. And I love the Phase 1. I have the Phase 1 box set as well, so it was really cool getting the Phase 2 box set. These and a whole bunch more are all in this article, so if you're a big collector of DVD and Blu-ray, you should check this article out. Like I said, we also have an article up talking about all the box office records that Star Wars The Force Awakens has broken so far, if you want to see a full breakdown on that. Force Awakens has earned the biggest second weekend of all time as well, bringing in a massive $153 million in its second week. The previous record was 106 that Jurassic World did. So this crushed the Jurassic World record right there. We also have the first teaser for Orphan Black's 4th season. Excuse me. And that will wrap up the news. Let's get over to some new releases in the box office here. On DVD and Blu-ray this week, on Tuesday, is going to be Hitman Agent 47, The Intern, and A Walk in the Woods. So those hit DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday. In theaters this week is actually nothing new. It's New Year's Day. I guess nobody wanted to release anything big because people probably are just going to go see Star Wars again. So I actually have no movies to talk to you about for this week. And let's talk box office. Coming in number 10 in limited release, it's The Hateful Eight, bringing in $4.5 million. Number 9 is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 with $5.3 million. Number 8 is a debut. It's the Point Break reboot that came out on Christmas Day. It brought in $10.2 million. Number 7 is The Big Short with $10.5 million. Number 6 is another debut. It's Will Smith's new film Concussion, bringing in $11 million. Number 5 is Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip, with $12.7 million. Number 4 is Sisters with $13.9 million. Number 3 is Joy, another debut there, the new Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper, David Russell film. Joy brought in $17.5 million to be number 3. Number 2, another debut. It's one I reviewed earlier, Daddy's Home, bringing in a nice $38.8 million. Ooh, great debut, man, for Daddy's Home. That is awesome numbers. The film only cost $50 million to make, so bringing in 38 on your opening weekend, perfect. And once again, no shocker here. We've already talked about it a bunch of times. It's an awakening, and it's Star Wars The Force Awakens, number 1 for the second week in a row, bringing in another $153.5 million after last weekend's $247 million opening weekend. So it dropped less than 50%, which is insane for a movie that has those kind of numbers. Every movie in its second week drops usually about 60%. This dropped like 45%, which is just crazy, and just proves that people are going over and over and over again, like we all did. And that will do it, my friends. We got this done right in about an hour, so love it, love it, love it. So let's shout everybody out, and of course, follow along. Our official webpage is amiontheair.com, so bookmark that. You can follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. You can follow me on Twitter at dxdonmega. We are on iTunes. We are on Stitcher. We're on Spreaker. We're on TuneIn. So definitely, if you want looking for an app to listen to the show, you can check all of those out. Stitcher being the favorite for most people. Unless you're on Apple, then get us on iTunes. If you need links to any of this stuff, it's all on the Am I on the Air webpage, so you can find links to that very easily. We are on Facebook, so go ahead and give us a like. You can always find all the latest news as it drops on our Facebook page, on our Twitter page, so definitely make sure you follow the social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. We're on Instagram, we're on Periscope, we're on YouTube, of course. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can listen to the show on YouTube as well, youtube.com/amiontheair. You guessed it. Of course, you can always listen to us on our affiliate, reddragonsradio.com, where you can listen to us. You can listen to the Am I Still in the Airs. You can listen to the People's Forum. You can listen to This Week with the Geek. You can listen to Pro Wrestling Nation. You can listen to the Brothers of Destruction podcast. You can listen to King Falls AM. And coming soon, you can listen to, if you like IndyCar racing, you can check out the new IndyCar podcast that's been going out. It's one of the most popular IndyCar podcasts on the web, and it's coming to Red Dragons Radio. So very glad to have those guys involved as well. So it's growing and growing and growing, and you can always listen to all of it on reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio so you always know what's going down with all the podcasts. Like I said, this is the season finale of Am I on the Air. This will be the last episode of 2015. I hope you all had a great year. I think Am I on the Air had an awesome year, and I appreciate everybody checking it out. We will, of course, be back once again in 2016 for season 12 as we kick that off. And, of course, keep an eye out for the Am I Still on the Air Star Wars The Force Awakens spoiler review. Can't wait to get that done. And, yeah. And, of course, in January will be another new episode of Red Dragons Assemble. So, a lot of stuff coming up. And if you're interested in that Banshee after show, keep an eye out in January for our Season 1 wrap-up of Banshee. Season 1 discussion. So, that'll be cool as well. So, with all that being said, I bid you adieu, I bid you good night, and I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for supporting Am I on the Air and spreading the love and spreading the word to all your friends and family about amiontheair.com. And I hope you've enjoyed, and, thanks for another great year. This show's been going on for over 4 years now. We're going on 5 years here soon, and you guys still come back and you listen week after week after week, and I love you for it. So, with all that being said, have a great week. It's going to be another short week because a lot of people are going to be off on Friday. 3-day weekend, whoop whoop. And enjoy it. And we'll talk to you soon. So for 2015 and for Am I on the Air, this is Don Mega and we're signing out for the last time of the year 2015. Until next time, my friends. Peace.
Bye, Dada.
Red Dragons!
Doggy.
Red Dragons!